System President Tommy Thompson, a former Republican governor, is going against his own party in promising that the University of Wisconsin system would act independently to keep campuses open.
Why are you challenging the guidance of your own party when it comes to COVID protocols at state UW campuses?
You know, people have different views, and I don't want to fight with the legislature. I've made a decision, and the legislature, I think, is just wrong. I think they're wrong on policy. I think they're wrong on the law.
System schools put a mask and testing mandate in place. As a response to that, Republican lawmakers voted to block the system from implementing any COVID-19 policies without the approval from the legislature's GOP-controlled Rules Committee. Senator Steve Nass, co-chair of the legislature's Rules Committee, is officially asking GOP leaders to sue the UW system after Thompson refused to submit UW's COVID-19 plans to the committee. And although Assembly Majority Leader Jim Steineke says he may not agree with all of the measures the system is taking, he believes, at least for now, a lawsuit isn't warranted.
I think it's a fine line to walk, but I think what Tommy Thompson is doing currently is his best to keep the doors open and kids in class. And as long as it doesn't go further than what they're doing right now, I feel pretty comfortable that he is not overstepping his authority.
Well, several other campuses are requiring vaccinations. UW System President Tommy Thompson says he believes that getting vaccinated on a voluntary basis is more effective.
Steineke says he encourages everyone who can get vaccinated to do so, but making it mandatory on school campuses is where the line should be drawn.
That's where we would run into more significant problems with the university system if they started mandating, personal health decisions by their students.
By November, the existing Soldier Square parking ramp will be demolished, and by next Labor Day, a whole new parking ramp will take its place.
Why does this parking ramp need to be redone?
Yeah, I mean, it's a simple question. This parking ramp is needed for the simple fact of we as a YMCA can be here for many years to come.
Tom Went, executive director of Appleton's downtown YMCA, says the Y needs more accessible parking.
So it was past its useful life, and we did everything we could to invest in it, but now we're investing in the future since we know that we want to be downtown for many years.
The existing ramp dates back to 1967 and holds over 400 stalls. The new one will only hold 311. Why is it going to be smaller?
Yeah, this parking ramp that used to be there was used for several purposes before, and based on the cost and based on what we think the downtown need will be futuristically for our YMCA, we felt that we need to build it effectively and cost effectively.
The new ramp will cost $7.5 million, paid for through the YMCA and donations. For the time being, the YMCA members will use a temporary surface parking lot on land owned by U.S. Venture.
Do you know if there's any update with U.S. Venture on what they're going to do with the land after the parking structure is done?
No idea what U.S. Venture's plans are futuristically.
Fox 11 reached out to U.S. Venture, but did not hear back.
Kiwi.
She actually fell from a slaughter truck.
Kip.
He has a neurological disorder.
And Tater Tot.
He was used as a breeder boar.
These are 3 of more than 20 pigs that either have a disability or were unwanted and now live at the Saving Snouts Pig Sanctuary in the town of Buchanan.
He's made a lot of progress, haven't you, Tater?
TJ Dirk's family has had farm animals on this land more than 40 years. She started the pig sanctuary about 6 years ago, but Dirk says it wasn't until early last year when town officials told her the operation was against town code.
I know they want to urbanize, and we honestly want to move as well because we don't want the view of condos in a park, across the street from us.
In an email, Town of Buchanan Administrator Maggie Mahoney told Fox 11 the Dirks were first mailed a notice about operating without a permit in 2018. Last February, the town board granted the Dirks a special exception for the pigs. It was for 17 months. Town board minutes show it was to allow the Dirks time to find a new place to keep the pigs because development across the street was expected within a year or 2. A month after the exception expired, the town started issuing the Dirks $50 fines each day.
We get to these houses and there's 20 people lined up that are also looking at these houses, so that's the most challenging part, so it's frustrating. Not to mention the year that they gave me happened to be during a pandemic, and when lumber prices went about 8 times the amount that they were typically.
We had an interview lined up with Town of Buchanan Administrator Maggie Mahoney, but she later emailed us back saying something had come up and instead sent us a statement. It reads, the town board is seeking compliance in moving the pigs out of the sanitary sewer district and is enacting enforcement per the town code. The town has and continues to work closely with the property owner on this matter. No further information is available at this time. We then called town chairperson Greg Sprangers for an interview. He declined, but told us the fines have nothing to do with potential development nearby. It's only to gain compliance.
I mean, I guess it's a little bit of a coincidence that as soon as the property across the street gets talked about, that it's up for sale, all of a sudden my animal sanctuary is an issue.
Dirk says she continues to look for a spot to relocate. She's also considering legal action against the town.
So we have a special bond with these animals, and we don't plan on giving up.